These animals will attack everything in their path. Growing up, I was terrified watching crocodile attacks on TV. In Vietnam, I'm watching one man walking right up to them, taming them, and turning them into... This is a journey unlike anything you've ever seen. We're here in Tree Lake, Vietnam, and today's field trip is to visit one of the largest reptile farms in the country. Here, hundreds of freshwater crocodiles are bred and raised for their skin and their meat. This place is absolutely insane. In the open-air enclosures, you can find crocs of every size, from little ones weighing around 20 pounds to 220-pound giants. And when it comes to wrangling crocodiles, very few people on Earth is better than the man you're about to meet. The crocodiles here are freshwater crocodiles. They tend to be a lot more docile than the ones living in swamps and on TV. Still, you still don't want to lower your guard around them. The tail can easily swipe an adult off their feet, and their razor-sharp teeth, let's just say you don't want to get your hand anywhere near that bit. That's why, before we enter the enclosure, the crocs have to be fed first. You don't want to walk up to them while they're still hungry. Next, our handler told me to select the best crocodile for graduation today, one that'd offer the best leather and the tenderest meat for cooking, like that one. Picking one is the easy part. Here comes the hard one, actually catching it. The crocodile becomes still enough to pick up. Mission complete. Its jaw is taped shut, then the croc is carted off to the butchery. Here comes the next challenge, the actual skinning process. After the crocodile has been put down and weighed 37 pounds, the skinner starts their extremely delicate work. One slip of the knife means hundreds of dollars gone. Not just for the farm, who spent years raising this croc, but for the skinner as well. You see, she's paid for the quality of her work. So if the croc skin came out less than perfect, she wouldn't be paid for the day and she'd have to repay the farm as well. Can you guess that she was nervous while cutting through the thick skin of the croc? Because honestly, me neither. The positioning of the knife is crucial, she explained. It takes years of experience working with crocodile carcasses to master the precise angle, slotting the tip just right so the skin peels away in one clean sheet, leaving the meat untouched. After she's finished with the crocodile's top side, she moved down to its underjaw and belly, but it's here that I noticed something bizarre. The crocodile was still moving. I asked about it, of course, and it'd be absolutely insane if the reptile's still alive somehow. Fortunately, our skinner has an explanation. Like many reptiles, crocodiles have remarkable muscular responses that continue even after they've been euthanized. Because the animal keeps on tossing and turning, it makes the already delicate work even more challenging and pretty eerie. After the belly comes the limbs, and these are the toughest part to get right. As you can see, there are a lot of joints and curved shapes here. Your knife-holding hand has to be extremely steady when you work in this area. You might be wondering why she's doing so many cuts when she could just take out the leather one big piece at a time, and it's true. Lots of skinners around the world do it this way because it's easier. But she's going for the entire skin in one piece. It's harder and riskier. Remember, her pay is at stake too. But the quality of the leather is going to be much, much higher.
Mà sao mình không dùng dao to hơn mà nó nhỏ vậy? Dao to nó không làm được. Cái nó vướng mà mình làm dễ phạm dao lắm. Đây nè là nhúng. Đó, chỗ này nè. Đó mà mình đặt. Thì cái thịt cá sấu này nó cũng có cái sớ này, gọi là cái sớ xốp này nè. Phải rạch đúng ngay cái sớ đó thì nó không vừa mất thịt mà vừa không phạm da nữa. Nó còn
To get the skin to come off, she has to pull. The force needed is brutal, but it has to be balanced. Too much power and the skin tears. Too little and it won't budge. Again, it takes years to know exactly when to hold back and when to give it all you've got. And that's how you get this, an entire sheet of genuine crocodile leather after 2 hours of careful work. It's so well done, in fact, you can still see the claws attached to the limbs. Look at that. The leather is going to head to a workshop where, in the hands of an expert craftsman, turns into wallets, belts, purses, you name it. All handmade. These go for hundreds of dollars. But the part I look forward to the most on this trip is lunch. Specifically, a crocodile meat lunch. The leftover meat isn't thrown away. Instead, it's cut down into smaller pieces, just like you would a cow's carcass. All the dirty guts and the bones are removed. Because crocs aren't exactly delicate diners, you'd find loose stones and debris in its stomach, called gastroliths. Vietnamese aren't unfamiliar with eating offals, but croc innards aren't getting tossed out. Other than the innards, another surprising part's getting tossed out: the tongue. This sandpaper-like part is considered dirty, so it got discarded along with all the offals. After it's cleaned, the chef, right at the farm, slow simmers the meat in curry powder, and honestly, the meat wasn't what I expected it to be. Firm, with a slightly gamey texture. The best way I can describe it is like wild turkeys. Some of the meat is stir-fried for a second dish. And spiced, then grilled on charcoal flame for a third. Hard to believe that this was once a giant of an animal, wasn't it? When I first stepped onto this farm, I had no idea what to expect. Now I'm pretty sure I can't look at leather wallets the same ever again. Those luxury pieces that end up in high-end stores worldwide, they came out of farms just like this one. Every struggle, every cut, every stitch. It's been mind-blowing to see it all happen right in front of me. What started as a pretty unnerving encounter turned into one of the most fascinating experiences I've had in Vietnam. I'm now sitting in this riverside bungalow, tasting crocodile meat prepared by the farm's own chef. I'd say this is one hell of a way to end our journey.
Mmm. Mmm.